SFR Swayze! Good evening, Swayze.
Good evening, Kieran. And to be fair, Big Will, not a bad chap. I've worked with him before. Really good at his job. But yeah.
Nothing compared to you, my friend.
Saturday nights, it's what it's all about. I wouldn't miss it for the world. You know that. Apart from obviously next week where I am taking a unpaid vacation because we're not paid. But you know. But that's then. Tonight's tonight. It's round 3. It's one of my personal favourite tracks. Hungary, the Hungary. Oh, looking forward to it. Yourself?
Yeah, it should be a good one. So, last minute change. In addition to the changes that I told you in the build-up, Swayze, whilst we were playing the intro music. SFR Alonso, when delicious, not here tonight. We just found out, it's just been put into the team principals chat. SFR Steiner, or Kirby, asking if he can fill in for his driver. Of course, he is now a tier 2 driver, so is eligible to make the step up to tier 1. So he will be jumping in shortly to take that other Haas seat. On the note of Christo, there is Christo. He is filling in for Savage Cabbage, who is not here tonight either. And arguably one of the fastest drivers from Season 5, Levi Wilsey. MSC Wilsey, SFR Wilsey, Wilsey, however you want to call him. Aston Martin team principal, he is here as well tonight, filling in for the Josh 32, who is unfortunately unavailable. And then the third piece of business that we need to bring up, due to non-attendance, unfortunately the Red Bull team have lost Antiv Beacon. Team principal SFR Leclerc decides to make the decision to drop Antiv Beacon for non-attendance and has replaced him with... Has he jumped back into the lobby yet? He has not just yet. But when he jumps in, it will be DJ Danny. Arguably one of the fastest gentlemen on the Xbox platform.
So I'm guessing Mr. SFR Leclerc did that signing with a big smile on his face?
Oh, he did. In fact, I was in a Xbox party with him as the deal was signed. I won't exactly say what he said, because I will end up getting a fine, similar to Swayze. Actually, I won't. I own the league, so I won't. But there was some very excited...
Just put it on my tab. Put it on my tab.
There were some very, very excited Jamie noises. There is SFR Grosjean. We are just waiting for DJ Danny, and then we have a full grid.
Well, on the note,
off round 3 already, Swayze.
I know it's going
Already
fast,
on the
isn't it?
third round of SFR season 6.
But you know, the speed these drivers move at, it's bound to go fast.
Well, yeah. I mean, you obviously, you said that you very much like this track. You love the Hungary Ring.
I do, always have.
What is it about this track that you enjoy so much?
The flow. I like the flow. I like the fact that other than the main straight, if you're going to go for the overtakes, it's down to skill, because it's a very flowing track and you've got to know where to place your car to get it done anywhere other than the main straight. So yeah, definitely it can be full of action. You can get 2 abreast in quite a few places. A lot of the way the corners swerve, you can go 2 abreast round them. You can go round 1, round turn 1, round 2, 3 if you're feeling brave, 4 if you're feeling super brave. Don't touch the curb on the inside of 5 or you die. But yeah, you know, it's just got so many elements to it that just generate such a lovely flow of racing here for me. And it's one of those tracks that is so unpredictable with weather.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be intrigued to see how many drivers have actually bothered to go and look into and research a wet setup, because if I remember rightly, I think both races we had at Hungary last season in Season 5 were wet. Tier 2 definitely was. I didn't race it, but it was the race that TJH won the championship.
I crashed it.
It was wet.
Well, actually, my force feedback died, but yeah.
And I've got a funny feeling that Vapid started at the back of the pack because he joined late into quali. And it rained. And Vapid had a very, very good result because of it. So that just proves, guys, that rain is quite a regular occurrence here in Hungary.
Yeah, definitely. I've not seen it happen on this game, but on previous. It's only ever happened to me twice in my league racing career. Once was at Silverstone, the other one was at this track, where the rain actually got so bad and the visibility was so poor that it actually triggered a safety car due to the weather.
Yep, I've seen it.
But,
I know, Vapid has just confirmed. Tier 1 was dry last season, started last due to missing quali because of work, but he thinks quali was wet. So he said there was rain involved somewhere, Vapid. I just can't remember if it was the race or the quali, but there was definitely rain involved.
tell you what, speaking
just
of...
waiting for DJ Danny to jump back in. He just had to restart his Xbox.
While we're doing that, speaking of being involved, do you know what? I'm impressed tonight.
What are you impressed with, Mr.
The
Sweden?
commitment tonight from the team owners to make sure that they can try and maximise as many points as possible. We've had Leclerc step up, get with his replacement instantaneously. We have Levi Wilsey here because one of his drivers is missing, so he's here stepping up. We've got Kirby come up because one of his drivers is missing. You know, that's showing real commitment from those who have actually applied to be team owner, that, you know, they really want to do it, and that's great for SFR.
And you've got to think that last week as well, we had SFR Carbon. He jumped up to take the place of PSR Harry, because obviously PSR Harry was busy in his PSR work, working for the esports team that he drives for. So he was away for that. So SFR Carbon jumped up there. Where's Goose? I have no idea, Mr. Alfie. Goose doesn't race in Tier 1 though, buddy. Goose is a Tier 3 driver.
Yes, indeed. Rapid's in there going, cheering for the team.
Of course he is, Mr. Vapid in the chat, as always, cheering on his guys. I think we have got 20 drivers. We have indeed. We now have a DJ Danny. So, just going to wait to see whether everyone starts readying up.
Full grid, loving it.
We have indeed got a full grid at the Hungaroring, a track that we've already heard from Mr. Swayze. We know that Mr. Swayze likes the track. Me, on the other hand, not so much, mainly because it tends to put me into a wall. And any track that likes to put me in a wall, I don't like.
Oh, there's been some...
Big Will in the chat wants the Williams next game. Carbon Gaming TV, SFR Carbon, saying that the Williams is goated. Mama McKinnon in chat, hope you and Swayze are good, Kieran. I am very well, Sarah. I am very, very well. How are you, Swayze?
Yeah, I'm having a really good week, so yeah, I'm actually doing really well. So, yeah, thank you very much, Sarah. Yeah, I'm good.
Good. I've had a message in a group chat that I'm in from Finns.
Oh, okay.
Saying they're trying to sort out Wendell with Xbox Live. Why are we sorting out?
Yeah, we have a full team, a full grid now, don't we? It beats me. I don't know. For a moment, I actually thought you were going to say, I have a message from Big Will saying, hate this track, horrible flashbacks.
No, don't. Look, I'm not getting in trouble for that, Swayze. I'm not getting in trouble for that. Will, you heard that?
It was
Swayze bringing back your horrible flashbacks, not me. There he is. There's Will in chat.
Do you know, I would read out what he put in chat, but I'd probably get fined for it.
So is there now going to be a last second change again? Is Kirby dropping out and letting Wendell come in?
Do you know, I'm actually kind of excited to see the Alpine when it comes out. If it keeps that same blue, if it keeps that same blue that it's got this year, I actually think the pink with it could really make it pop. As long as they put it in the right places.
Yeah, potentially.
Well, while we're waiting and killing some time, out of the new season IRL cars, what is everyone's favourite livery so far?
Oh, that's a very, very good. That's a very, very good question from Mr. Soizu there. So, to everyone in the chat who has looked at the F1 cars, what is your favourite car?
You know, I kind of really like the McLaren. I do think the AlphaTauri looks better. I do think the AlphaTauri looks better flipped. Well. The way it is this year compared to the way it was in this game, just better. The best livery is the Merc. Yeah, I'm actually glad they've gone back to silver. On that note, it does look more Mercedes. You know what I mean? It's right. It just feels more natural to see it silver. Worst by far for me, it's got to be the Haas, right? Or for everybody, surely it's got to be the Haas, yeah? It's exactly the same car, isn't it?
I think we've got Wendell now. We have now got Wendell. We should be good.
So who did we lose? Gerbert?
Yeah, so yeah. Kirby is jumping down. So obviously Kirby was initially going to jump in to replace Wendell. Wendell didn't have Xbox Live. He's now been sorted with Xbox Live, and he's now good.
Someone to put in there with a Ferrari. I did actually see a really funny meme. You know, on the side bit, on the side pod for the Ferrari, the way it's shaped, you can literally fit a picture of Eau Rouge straight into it.
I've seen that picture.
Best livery, BMW and the BTC.
I don't think I've seen the BTC livery for the BMW. Williams is worst. I like the Haas, says Mr. Jinx.
Like the Haas?
I'm sure you were hurling abuse at the Haas a few days ago.
I'm still hurling abuse at the Haas. I swear to God, they've gone copy-paste.
A car I do like, the Aston.
Yeah, I will say it looks better with the lime green than the pink.
I like the Aston Martin for next season. The Ferrari looks insane. The McLaren looks insane. I'm actually very excited for the next season of Formula 1. And in turn, the next game, because it means we get to drive them. And we're finally in qualifying now.
What do we have left, just quickly before we go in? Is it Alpine, Alfa Romeo?
We have the Alpine and the Alfa Romeo. That's it.
Is it? I could have sworn there was four.
Yeah. No, that's it. They're the only ones left, mate. Right, so I have been reliably informed by SFR Shoe that he's going to be doing multiple runs on medium tyres during this session. Not quite sure why, but he is.
Well, that means he's going to plan to maybe qualify on the softs unless he's going to do multiple runs in Q2. Or then again, you never know. It might be a wet race. You see, we don't have this information, and so if it is wet, he could just burn them up.
This is very, very true. I should also say, 15 minutes ago, Mr. Jinx himself did resub with Prime. Let's go! Big weekend for AlphaTauri. It is indeed a big, big weekend for AlphaTauri because I believe it's actually the first time this season that the entirety of the AlphaTauri team are racing in their respective divisions.
Well,
yes, that does mean I am taking to the track on Monday night in Tier 3. We have Christo in chat telling us that it's dry throughout.
Drive-through.
Dry Miss American Pie,
Interesting.
as everyone's good friend Mr. F1XL Arnie Bugs would say. The newest
Gotta
signing
love Arnie.
to Tier 3, I should say. Mr. Arnie Bugs made his debut in Season 6 last week in France and has since been signed full-time by the McLaren team.
Oh, well, congratulations. It's good to have him with us. A long-time friend of mine before SFR. We all started racing together at the same time. Myself, Shepardator, and Arnie Bats back then, as he was called. But yeah, you know, it's good to see him in SFR.
Indeed. Right, so we have got a car out on track. In fact, we've got 2 cars out on track on hot laps and a few on out laps. The 2 on hot laps are the 2 McLarens. Starting off with LSR Wheeze, weaving his way through this very twisty-turny first sector here in Hungary, up to the first of 2 corners that like to murder a few people. No issues for Wheeze there through both of those corners, which is what we like to see. Mr. SFR Hamilton, SFR Rosberg in the chat as well. Good evening, Saj. How are you, my friend? Hope you are well. Through this second sector. Again, another... I mean, you said it earlier, Swiss. It flows. It's a very flowing track here in Hungary. And one tiny mistake, especially during that second sector with those S's, can really kill your lap.
Yep. It's about commitment through one of those corners, that's for sure. Whether you take it full or you run off wide and invalidate, it's quite a complex track. But when you hook it up, it just feels so right.
Does indeed. There is the first lap time of the evening, a 1:17.810.
Well, I'm gonna say it earlier because you know. Why not? I was about, well, maybe I'm not going to say it early enough. I was about to say we're going to see the 16s tonight then. I suspect so.
Leaky do 17.3 has already put Swayze into his prediction of the 16s.
Not myself, I'm not capable, but low 17s.
Got around that shoe on a hot lap, but is shoe on a hot lap. Just coming around, getting himself used to the track. He has reliably informed me a 20.0 there for SFR shoe. And we're going to jump down to someone who I think could well get into the 16s or faster. So, Levi Woolsey, team principal of the Aston Martin Cognizant Formula 1 team. And 15.1, Sways.
Well, yeah. I'm a little bit out. You know, I was looking at my piece. On that note, yeah, I'm never competing in this day because, yeah, I've got nothing for that.
Well, Constant Ryan did say mid-14s was his prediction. So, yeah. 15.1.
I've got nothing for that.
Lap so far. ERN Gasly goes currently third with a 17.762. Team principal doing all the hard graft in for his team as Finns comes in with a 16.4 for the Williams team. Who's obviously got its team principal, Mr. Carbon, in the chat. Keeping an eye on his 2 drivers, hoping that they are doing well.
Grosjean's on an outlet.
We've got a few team owners, team principals in the chat. Mr. Jinx is also in and around, keeping an eye on his 2 AlphaTauri drivers.
I think Weezer's going and actually on and gone again because he is up through 1 and 2.
So let's jump up to Weez then. Yeah, he's just over a tenth off on his time at the moment, so we'll see if he does go to complete the lap. Or whether he dives into the pits. No, he's going to complete. Comes around this final corner.
Hey, why not? It's a throwaway set anyway, isn't it? So
15.5 from LS always. I'm thinking there may have potentially been a mistake in that third sector from LS always, because that was 2 seconds faster. And he was only a tenth up through sector 2.
Yeah, definitely.
So he has made a massive amount of time up in that third and final sector.
You can. I mean, as simple as the final two corners look, they're just a horseshoe shape. It depends on how you plan the apex really late on those corners and how you get the power down. You want to you get a good drive to the line. They're actually, you can lose a lot of time on them compared to what you think you can.
Indeed, Natdog puts himself P2 for AlphaTauri and 1:15.477.
That is a good time. I see a Red Bull coming round to the line. I think it is DJ Danny. He's on an outlap though, so he'll just be coming round to start, and he is on the medium tyres.
He's indeed. I should maybe have. I'm hoping that SFR Leclerc has let him know that it is full quali and not short quali. Ooh, PSR Harry in the chat saying JQ is the main rival for him.
JQ is a fast driver.
PSR Harry is a fast driver. Yeah, you have to remember though, Levi Woolsey only filling in for the Josh 32 this week, so not a permanent driver. So not really on Harry's radar.
Obviously, you know.
To Levi Woolsey, of course.
No, credit to him for stepping up, doing the team owner job, even though he's mostly racing on the PC at the moment. But, you know, when he is here and he's on track, he's right up there with them. Or in this case, at the moment, in front of them.
Indeed. Mr. Hamilton, if you ever want to jump into commentary in a week that Swayze's not around, feel free, sir. You are more than welcome to jump into a comment box with myself. I'm sure Big Will also be happy to show you the ropes. We always look to encourage people to get involved in commentary if that is something that they want to do. So don't be worried, don't be afraid, don't be nervous about it. Danny goes P8 with a 1:16.9.
A Ferrari, is it? That's on an outlap. It's specifically what's the Haas doing? When's that Wendell? Yeah, he's on that outlap.
Spenny is on a hot lap, coming through sector 2 at the moment.
Sure,
there's anyone ahead of him on hot laps.
Weezer's going to go in, isn't he? Yep. So Alfa Romeo, is that Evan or is it Shoe? I think it's Evan, but I think he's also pitted.
Stick with Spenny. Mr. SFR Hamilton in the chat, cheering on his two charges, XRL Jacob and Normal Jinx. Normal Jinx still in the pits at the moment. XRL Jacob on an outlap.
Christo there.
Let's see what Spenny can do as he crosses the line. Goes P4 or the 1:15.838. So currently P1, P4 for the Aston Martin team. So there is XRL Jacob just starting a lap. Everyone throwing that SFR emote in the chat. I am in the process of trying to get new SFR emotes, guys, so bear with us.
JQ, next driver to the line. That is close! That is close!
I love it. Jamie's not here. The one night Jamie's not here and Swayze can get free reign to swear and he doesn't. JQPTZ goes top of the timing screens by 1/1000th of a second. That is as close as you can get without them being the exact same time. That is how competitive SFR Tier 1 is, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to see what PSR Harry can do, getting himself in amongst that bunch.
What can Jacob do? Jacob goes faster!
Oh, this is going to be...
Guys, we're in Q1! Relax!
This is going to be insane.
We've still got 2 more sessions.
PSR Harry, purple in sector 2. Coming round the final 2 corners any moment now. I suspect straight inside the top 5.
You see JQP.
I swear to God, if he drops to 14.
Here we go, PSR Harry drops to 14! He's dropped to 14 in Q1! We're in Q1! Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first qualifying session. We're already in the 14s. Swave, What the hell?
The top 4 drivers. I mean, they're just incredible. But saying that, the gap between them and those behind is still minuscule. Nate Dogg is only it's 2 tenths. Nat Dogg. It's not much.
2 tenths off of Woolsey.
Exactly 2 tenths, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exactly 2 tenths. Normal Jinx just coming up to the end of Sector 1 now.
We have around 1 second at the moment between 1st to 10th.
I mean, if I put the interval on
It's 1.1.
There we go. 1.1 separates the top 10. 1.5 separates the top 11. 2.5 seconds separate the top 15. Vapid is already predicting 13s in Q3.
I've never seen such a thing.
In Q1.
I've never seen such a thing.
8s in Q1, guys.
Is a 13 even possible?
I have no idea. You were predicting 16s at the start of this session. The boys have already blown that one well out of the water. Will has gone slightly more conservative with a low 14.
DJ Danny gonna box and put on. What is that missing? Is that broken? What's happened to Lucky Dude? He's in a wall. There is no front wing. There's bits of carbon fibre all over the grass, right near the pit entry.
It is indeed. There's been a bit of an issue there with Lucky Dude. Let's see what Mr. Gasly can do as he crosses the line. Improves by just under half a second. Remains in P16 though.
We're under 5 minutes left in this qualifying 1 session, and ABE Fallow, the only driver yet to set a time.
He's still in the pits as well, which is very, very interesting. With only 5 minutes to go. PSR Harry has gone, right, that's it. I put my car top of the timing screens for Q1. I'm done. I'm going to take a relax. I'm going to take a seat and relax.
Relax. Don't do it.
Got SFR Shoe currently down in P18. Moves over onto the soft tyre now. I think realising that he needs to. He needs to get those Red Bull tyres on if he's going to get himself up into Q2.
So normal Jinx. Is that Haas going to be in the way? I don't know if it's going to affect him through the final corner there. But he is not.
It's going to come up to the line. He's much slower on this lap, so 10 seconds slower on there. I wonder whether he got stuck in a little bit of traffic. Bud's in there supporting Raza.
Gasly
the
is
Mr. Jinx saying it's
validated. Raza will be the next driver to the line.
Where is Mr. Raza? He is P10 at the moment for the AlphaTauri team. Run up to the line now. Improves, goes up to P8.
Brings that gap down, bunching them up even closer.
At the moment, Fallow is now on an outlap, but is one of the 5 drivers we're currently due to lose. Those 5 drivers we're currently due to lose are ABE Fallow, SC Christo, Lukey Doo, ERN Gasly, and now, because of SFR Shoe's most recent lap time, DJ Danny. This could potentially be, Swayze, both Red Bulls out in Q1. Saying that, Danny has just come out on softs.
Yes, he has. But a good improvement there from SFR Shoe in the meantime. ABA Fallow is now out on track as well. Who is going to be next? It's going to be a Ferrari. I think no, they're both on lap, so it's going to be a Mercedes. No, Haas.
Christo, if it's Christo, who's on an outlap.
So McLaren then. Because that's on an outlap.
Kidu, who's on an outlap as well.
Ferrari.
Evan Highlands has, interestingly, retired from the session. Sven is on an outlap as well.
Gasly to the line, but he did invalidate. It's an easy track to do it at.
It is. It is indeed. Carbon's already predicting Danny for a top 5. We'll see what he can do on this set of soft tyres. We'll keep an eye on his lap as it progresses. XRL Jacob, does he improve? But I think he's just starting a hot lap. Just under 2 minutes left in Q1 now. If you're still in the pits and you want to get yourself out on track, you need to leave about now.
Yeah,
Harry just comes into the chat and goes, not bad for my first lap today. So he's done that lap, Sways, with no practice.
Well, showing off a little bit, isn't it? Speaking of ABE Fallows coming around the final corner to the line. His first time of the session.
P8, 15-7.
Moving Wendelicious out.
Where is Spen? Spen is marginally down on his time at the moment. He's going to come into the pits.
I didn't see Sector 1 for DJ Danny, but Sector 2 was showing as purple. He does have a little bit of traffic in front of him. Hopefully it's not going to hinder him, but he is coming around the final corner, the Red Bull driver of DJ Danny. Where is his first lap time going to be? 1:15.6.
15-6, which now knocks Fins out as it stands.
Evan Highlands has retired from the session.
He has indeed, and you know what? There are quite a few cars below him.
Yeah, they've got potential to improve. We know Wendell can pop out a lap. He's always been a constant driver. Lucky do.
Can Fins improve? Does Fins improve? Will Fins improve? He doesn't improve, but he can go again if he wants to. He's got enough fuel in the car. I don't think he's going to, though. He is. He's slowing down. He's not going again, so that is going to be Fins done. Fins is out of qualifying here in the first session.
Spenny F1 looking to improve. That is a big improvement.
Spenny goes P2, a 15-0 from Spenny. The flag has now dropped.
It's Saturday, Sunday,
Here
what?
in Q1.
It's Friday, then!
There we go.
Saturday, Sunday,
Wendelicious.
what?
Jinx. On a Spenny, actually.
Can he get himself out?
No, he
No.
can't. Stays P17.
Lucky do.
Lucky Duke
18.
improves to 18th, but it's not enough. He's going to stay out. Christo comes into the pits. So that is Christo done as well.
Only
Fins
SFR
on the go
Fins.
slow. Fins was on a go slow at the start
Yeah,
of the lap.
he is 9 seconds down on his lap time. I
So that
think.
is going to be Q1
Yeah.
done, Mr. Swayze.
Yeah, I think that is the 5 drivers that will be eliminated from this session.
And
Oh, big spin for the Williams there.
Fins decides he's going to go for a little spin. I'm just going to bring your attention to something, Swayze. The top 15, so the 15 drivers that got through to Q2, separated by 1.3 seconds.
That is a very small margin of time for 15
The
drivers.
top 11 separated by under a second.
Well, I can tell you one thing, if it stays that way, Q3 will be insane.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, Q1, we've already hit 4 teams.
I mean, this is
God
what I'm
knows
telling you
what
about.
Q3 is going to be.
This is one of those sessions now where in this league, because it's so tight, and anybody who's got that potential in them, that if you're going to try and sneak through Q2 on mediums, once one person flips and goes onto the softs, it changes everything in this league, because you've got to risk the way up of starting on your preferred tyre to actually making it into Q3 here, and with the gaps so small, it's a big risk.
Yes, it is indeed. And there we go. That is the end of Q1. 14.8 from PSR Harry, tops the timing screens. Spenny F1 in second. Quarter of a second back. XRR Jacob third. JQ in fourth. Levi Wilsey in fifth. Natdog sixth. Spen 04 in seventh. Weeze eighth. DJ Danny in ninth on debut for Red Bull. Thallow rounds out the top 10. Raza, Evan Highlands, SFR Grosjean, Normal Jinx, and SFR Shoe get themselves through to Q2. And the guys that leave us, SFR Fins, Wendelicious, Lukey Doo, ERN Gasly, and SC Christo.
Tight.
Another reminder, guys, that the top 15 separated by 1.3 seconds. That is how close SFR Tier 1 is. 1.3 seconds separating 15 drivers. And after this, in this session, we're losing another 5 swipes. Who are we going to lose?
I mean, how do you even choose?
This is why we say competition is key here in SFR. See, SFR Hamilton knows competition is key here in SFR, and that proves it. These 15 drivers you can see on your screen now separated by 1.3 seconds in the first qualifying session. Let's see how much separates them in this one when we lose yet another 5 drivers.
Interestingly, JQ, the first car onto the track. Very rare seeing JQ out first.
No, you say that though. Last season, season 5, when he was in the Haas, he was trying to come out early.
More interestingly is somebody with the speed of JQ as well has opted to put on the softs in Q2.
Yes, indeed. So we'll see what we've got in terms of tyre choices. Raza, Harry, Jacob, Spenny, Grosjean, Evan, Weeze, all going out on the medium tyres. Constant Ryan's in the chat saying 1.3 seconds is the difference between softs and mediums, he thinks.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks there's about 1.3 separating the two compounds. And Buds gifting out subs to the community. Thank you, Buds, for that sub. It's gone to Alfie234567. Alfie, you now have access to the SFR emotes. Please make sure you thank Buds for that gifted sub. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you, Buds.
Great community we have here in SFR, that is for sure.
You know what, Swiss? Do you want to go on a lap with JQ?
Do I want to go on a lap? I don't. I can try. Right.
Talks for a lap with JQ.
JQ over the start finish line, full throttle all the way down this main straight. DRS wide open. Take the exit as wide as you can. Cutting in for a very late apex. Get on the throttle. Try and maintain maximum traction. Reduce the wheel spin. Like I said, these horseshoe style corners are very simple, but you can lose so much time. This corner flat out right. As it's invalidated there early for JQ, but this left-hander can be an absolute nightmare to get right. And that grey curb there on the right, as I said earlier, around turn 5, will kill you if you touch it. Hard braking, trying not to bounce up onto the actual sausage curb. Bit of that curb there through that chicane has got sausage curbs, bit hasn't. Try and stay on the flat. Does well through those couple of corners there. This corner here needs commitment. For me, it's a down change. For JQ, he just flat out booted it round. Full commitment in his setup and his downforce levels. Of course, quite a high downforce track as well. Almost Monaco levels of downforce, to be honest. It's going to go again, JQ, as he brings it round. Long sweeping corner before you get back on the power to the start finish line.
That would have been a 15.4 by JQ had it been valid. So we'll see where that would have put him as Weeze goes top at the moment with a 16.5.
That is on the medium tyres for Weeze.
Rules on retiring on track, please, Kieran. Providing you get the clearance from one of the higher ups and you're the only car out on track, then fine.
Otherwise,
by
drive
one of
back
the
to your
higher
pit
ups,
box.
I mean myself, Jamie, or Will, or one of the race controllers for your respective tier. As long as you get the all clear from one of us that you can retire on track and there's no one that you're going to impede, then you are fine. Other than that, we would prefer you to drive into your pit box.
Indeed. Mercedes next. Is it normal jinx? No, it's going to be Jacob. Now, Jacob was right up there in Q1. He is on the medium tyres at the moment. Let's see what sort of pace he can get on them. It's a 1:16.3 on the medium tyre.
Indeed. Levi has invalidated. Evan goes P3 with a 16.7. So the top 4 times at the moment, all medium runners.
Levi has not invalidated. Levi, what is it? Not mine, he hasn't.
He did. No, he did. That's
He's in sector 3 now. Oh, right.
Yeah, but his previous lap he invalidated.
Oh, okay. That would explain why he is down to like 19% ERS.
It's because he's gone back to back and he's now gone into the pit, so obviously wasn't happy with that lap time either.
Maybe
So
realising that he might have a chance of getting through on the mediums at the moment. DJ Danny is out on the softs. Now, from all what I've been hearing, and the time in Q1, it does have me wondering whether a certain new driver to the league, oh, that's an invalidation there for DJ Danny. Unlucky, it was only just, and it wasn't even 4 wheels off the track, which is really annoying. But as I was saying, it does have me wondering, from all the amazing things that I've heard about DJ Danny, as to whether somebody has been raiding my sandbag pile.
Potentially, I have to have a word with him later on, Mr. Zoid, if he gets onto the podium. That would have been a 16.7 from DJ Danny with traffic. So if he can get himself into some clean air, which to be fair, he has now. He has a fair amount of clean air ahead of him, as Nat Dog goes fastest at the moment with a 16.1 on those medium tyres for the AlphaTauri team. SFR Shoe goes P6 with a 17.2, currently in Sector 2. Weeds improves even more, 16.0. 3 laps though, he's been on those medium tyres now. So I'm wondering whether he's going to potentially go for a time on those soft suedes. I doubt you really want to start a race on 3 lap old mediums, do you?
Probably not. I tell you what, ooh, Shoe there, and running a little bit wide. And that is something I have done. When you go into the pits here, you run too wide, you've got to be careful because you can severely take your left front wheel off when you hit that wall.
You can indeed. DJ Danny has been able to put this lap together. He's coming up around the final corner now in his Red Bull on those soft tyres. First,
Wide line through there.
Speedy boy, he crosses the line, goes P2, 16.176.
On the soft tyre though.
On the soft tyres. Raza goes P5, 16.7. PSR Harry coming up to the final couple of corners back. Oh, PSR Harry has no front wing, Swayze.
Well, you know, that's never going to be good news. And of course, already out there on those mediums, which means he's going to have to put an extra lap on them if he wants to qualify on them.
Indeed. Here's our next car to cross the line. Let's have a look.
Who's out there?
Coming to the pits. I think it's going to be...
Rather? If he's on one? Unless one of the Alpines is actually...
Raza is very much on an in-lap. JQ's on an out-lap.
Jacob's on an out-lap.
The only 2 people we've got there on hot laps are Raza and DJ Danny, and they are both going to be in-laps. So we are just waiting for our next cars to come round. So we're into the 16s at the moment. I'm wondering how many of these guys are going to have to put those soft tyres on to get themselves into Q3. Kieran will confirm, am I the boss, Mr. Right? You can be. But then on other times, it is Mr. Will.
We have...
Harry in the chat, tyres are fried, Slice. Harry's tyres are fried.
Overheating, slight problems there, maybe for PSR
with,
Harry.
Ooh, yeah, Slice, go on board with Harry.
I was currently watching JQ, who has actually just started a hot lap. I'll have a quick look at PSR Harry. Tyres looking a little worn. Maybe, I wonder if he had a spin when he took that wing off.
Oh,
and we have
Spenny.
Spenny. He's out.
Spenny's out. Spenny is out.
That is on the fast right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lost it in the fast right.
He's
Aston Martin.
Right. That's what, turn 3. Technically, out of turn 3. On the speedy right-hander.
That is not what...
That's not what Levi Woolsey's going to want.
No, definitely not. Especially, you know, when your team owner is right there on the same track as you, in the same tier as you. You know, oh, 15.7.44 for JQ on a medium tyre. That is a quick time for the mediums, for sure.
Harry's about to start a hot lap now. We're going to go back to Woolsey, because he is the next one on a hot lap.
I'm going to just in 1 second. I'm just going to make computer through this chat. Blah, 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 blah. What did Constant Ryan seem to think the gap was between the two tyres?
1.3 was what Constant Ryan believed the gap between the softs
So that,
were.
if it is, that would theoretically put JQ able to do a 14.5, 14.4.
Yeah. Which would then, of course, go into the original prediction from Constant Ryan of mid-14th.
Well, Levi Wilsey, the Aston Martin team owner, will be the next car to cross the line. Pay attention to the timing screens.
I'm wondering whether he's backed off a bit there.
He must have
done.
He must have done.
I think he's backed off a bit there.
He was on the medium, so I would have assumed he wouldn't want to put more laps on him than he absolutely has to.
So who have we got? Where's Harry at the moment? Harry's coming around the final couple of corners now, so we'll see what Harry can do. Round the final corner now comes PSR Harry. He's already lost his teammate in the previous qualifying session. Can he get himself into Q3? Goes P2 at the moment. 15.754. 1/100th of a second off of JQ.
Those two are just trading punches at the moment.
They are indeed. Amir Khan and Kelbrook. Nah, don't show me that fight. I want to see JQ, PTZ and PSR Harry go 23 rounds with each other. That's the battle I want to see.
Hell yes.
Goes P6. Jinx and Levi Woolsey. Levi, 2.3 seconds up. Near enough on his time at the moment. This looks more like a Levi Woolsey time as he comes around the final corner now. Full throttle up to the line. What can Woolsey do? He goes P3. 15.8 from Woolsey. Follow on an outlap, about to start his flyer now.
I'll tell you who will be absolutely, not let alone his team owner. Spenny will probably be kicking himself because he was one of the drivers that had a good shot at being right in the top 5 during qualifying. He's going to have to go from 15 through the traffic now.
He will indeed, but who knows?
Because of the way this track is, like I was saying earlier, you've got your main straight. Other than that, it's really skillful overtaking.
Ooh, Evan.
You can.
Is that Evan out?
It is in the pits.
I think it's in the pits, yeah. Because JQ and Harry have also retired from the session. They've also retired in the pits.
How long do we have left? I can't see at the moment.
Not long. Not long.
AB Fallow, again, no lap time on just yet.
This is the last chance saloon. DJ Danny, 15-2. From DJ Danny on the softs. And that does knock Evan Highlands out.
Like I said, you risk it on the mediums.
On the brink.
Raza is out,
there
but he
is
is.
Fallow.
Yeah,
Fallow goes
Raza is,
P10.
but Raza is out on the softs, and I don't know if there's enough time for Fallow to go and get someone. Shearer is out there on the softs, trying to break into that top 10.
I'll tell you now, so there will not be enough time. It's 1 minute 21 seconds. There is not enough time for anyone
So
to go
it's
back
all
in and get a
down
new set
to
of times.
Raza,
It
who is
these
purpled
times.
sector 2.
Let's see what the AlphaTauri driver can do. I've just seen from Jinx in the chat that Natdog thinks he can go faster. We'll see what his teammate Raza can do. Puts it second. A 15.5 from Raza.
That is
knocks
Fallow
Fallow
back in the
out.
danger zone. Yeah. He is still out there, but on mediums, he's only got to improve a tiny
traffic.
bit to get.
He's got traffic, Swayze.
Oh,
There's been
yeah,
traffic. DJ Danny in the S's.
What does he need? He's literally 0.004 to be able to beat normal Jinx.
He's down. He's 14 seconds down, Swayze. The only person that could potentially upset the apple cart now in terms of getting themselves into the top 10 shootout is going to be SFR Shu. He's rounding the final corner now. He needs to beat a 16.5. Can he do it? Yes, he does! 16.1 from Shu. That knocks out normal Jinx. And that is going to be all she wrote for Q2, Mr. Swayze. DJ
Interesting.
Danny tops the timing screens this time around. Raza for AlphaTauri in second. The 5 drivers we lose. Spenny F1 unfortunately crashed on his hot lap. SFR Grosjean, Evan Highland, ABE Thallow and Normal Jinx are the ones who we lose. And I think we got all. We got everyone showing. No, there's going to be one team we're missing. There will be
What,
one
inside
team
the top
that
10?
we miss in the top 10 shootout because we've got both AlphaTauri drivers.
It's going to be Haas that's missing.
It is going to be the Haas that are missing. When
In fact,
Delicious
Haas
and Christo.
Haas
both
are not
gone.
even inside the top 15.
No, we both got knocked out in Q1. Look, Vapid, that comes later. You know that comes later. I can't do it now. It's not yet. Got to wait till the formation lap for that one. You know it's coming. Just wait till the formation lap. All right. God. SFR shoe coming into the pits now, and that is going to round out Q2. Let's just see how close the top 15 were this time around.
Going to be tight, I feel.
Mr. Shoe to jump in. 1 point.
1
Six.
point what? No. Is it?
1.6 separate the top 14 because of course Spenny didn't set a time.
Less than a
Point
second with inside the top 10.
949 separate your top 10.
Oh no! They raced me so hard.
That has given me emotional damage. Sorry,
Just
Danny.
like the invisible wall for Big Will, eh?
I had to do it. You said those words. Danny tops the timing screens in Q2. Raza in second. JQ third. PSR Harry fourth. Levi Woolsey in fifth. Nat Dog in sixth. Weeze in seventh. Jacob eighth. SFR Shoe in ninth. And WR SRL Spenno 4 rounds out your top 10. The 5 drivers we do unfortunately lose. Normal Jinx, AB Thallow, Evan Highlands, SFR Grosjean, and then Spenny F1 crashed during Q2. Wasn't able to set a time, so we'll be starting in P15. Just waiting for drivers to ready themselves up.
What's interesting though,
It is indeed, Mr. Carbon. This is going to be too close to call.
it is. I was going to ask you, Kieran, what you think pole's actually going to be.
I think we're going to dip 14. I'm going to go 14.6.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I'm going to go 14.5, just to go. Why not?
So he's just going to pip me there. 14.5.
Of course, when the race does start though, we have 3 drivers in the top 10, and critically, the front 2 runners will be starting on softs. Now, those 2 drivers who are going to be starting on softs need to get as high in Q3 as humanly possible. Because the last thing you want starting on that tyre is to be stuck in traffic behind everybody on a harder tyre.
It's true. It is very, very true. So, a lot of work for Mr. Shoe to do at the start of this race. In terms of Raza and Danny, it's not too bad. They're at the head of the pack, both on soft tyres, so they could potentially, if they play it well together, the sister cars, they could potentially run away from the rest of the pack. I think we are just waiting for people to press A. So, 2 on drivers, if you're in the Twitch chat and you can hear what we're saying, please, if you haven't done so already, ready up. Advance to the next session so we can get Q3 underway. Please and thanks.
Well, I don't know if you've seen that yet, Karen, but there was a statement right there in the Twitch chat by PSR Harry It's going to be a 14-3, or there's going to be a hole in his monitor.
There we go. 14-3 prediction from PSR Harry, or there's going to be a hole in his monitor. Harry, if you're going to put a hole in your monitor, make sure it's after the race, because we kind of need you to race, buddy. Not going to lie. Not going to lie. But, top 10 shootout time. I'm not going to put the tyres on, because we know what everyone's going to be on. They're going to be on the softs. Who is the first car out? I think it's Wheeze. It is going to be Wheeze. Wheeze gets ahead of everyone. Sorry for the delay, it was in the restroom. Not a problem, Christo. All good, buddy. Not a problem at all, sir. So, we've had predictions from a few people. Jinx has said a 14.379. Carbon has got a 14.355.
All these 14-3s after
Harry's
PSR, Harry.
Harris just said a 14.3 or a hole's going through his monitor.
Yeah, but did you say that before everybody started putting in 14-3s as guesses?
So, no. Carbon put in a 14.355 first, and then seconds later, Harry put in his prediction. And then Mr. Jinx has put his in. Hamilton, SFR Hamilton, Mercedes team principal, it said 14.2.
Is that going to be from your driver, though? Is that going to be Jacob?
And Vapid is just trying to one-up Mr. Hamilton and has gone 14.1.
Right, so all these guesses going in the chat. 14-1, we're getting down there. Is anybody going to risk it for the 13s, or...?
I see 14-1, 14-1, 14-1. Anyone for a 14 dead? 14 dead. Do I see 14 dead? 14 dead. Anyone?
Let's auction these times off.
Mr. Jinx, a 13.936, a 13.9 from Jinx. Do I see any improvement on a 13.9? That's all Weave is about to start his hot lap, so we'll see what he can do.
Oh, I hear you, Hamilton. I hear you. We got nothing for some of the guys in this tier.
Nah.
They're on the next level.
These guys are next level racers. That's why they're tier 1. That's why competition is key here in SFR. Carbon's out. No advance from a 13.9. Vapid's predicting a 13.7. God, I feel sorry for these tier 1 drivers if they're hearing me put say all these times. God. We'll see what Weeze can do though as he comes through the chicane.
He is on here in Hungary.
So I think realistically we're looking at mid 14s, and jokingly we're looking at 13.7s. So we'll see as Weeds comes through the final couple of corners now in his McLaren. So I know that the McLaren team principal SFR Piastri will probably be watching once he wakes up in the morning. But Weeze crosses the line with a 15 dead to start things off. So 15-0 to start proceedings here. Any Alfa Romeos in Q3? Yes, Dom. Ethan is.
15-4 from
15-4
DJ
from
Danner. 15-1 from
okay, 15-1 from Jacob. Who is the next one? It's going to be
Raza.
Raza. So Raza 410. 15-4 from Raza. PSR Harry has invalidated. So we'll go down to NatDog. He's also invalidated. So SFR Shu has seemingly backed off his lap.
It looks that way, weaving about.
Let's try and get a little bit more heat into those tyres. Here's the Alfa Romeo driver.
Well, Weasley's going to be on an in lap. What about Spen just behind him?
Spen is on a hot lap. So we'll see what WRSRL Spen 04 can do. He comes round the final corner now in his Ferrari. On the run up to the line with the Tifosi. What can he set? A 15.6 from Spen 04. It's a 23.6 from Shu. That's definitely how you know that there's a backed off lap. Danny has come into the pits. JQ is about to start a hot lap. Raza
Very foul.
is on an in lap. So it's going to be Harry. Mr. PSL Harry.
Purple in too as I jumped onto him, so
Yes, indeed.
looking pretty decent at the moment.
A lot of cars do
Takes
like to take
a
that
tighter line on there.
Yeah, but it's weird because they swing wider to start. There's the 14.8. They go into the corner quite wide and then they cut themselves in, so they're pretty much hugging that wall on the hairpin.
Dangerous
Flirting
tactic,
with
but it's
danger.
beautiful.
It's lovely. Don't get me wrong. It's beautiful to look at, but it is very much flirting with danger.
But are you really pushing the limits, driving to the maximum that you can if you're not flirting with danger?
Well, it's a very good point. 14.9 from Wheeze. He does improve.
So you want to watch out for JQ, purple in 2. I missed his sector 1, but he looks to be on a good lap.
We shall see what can JQ do. Yeah,
Yes, Harry set the benchmark for him.
I don't think it's going to be as fast as Harris. A 14.878.
Always tight between those two.
1/10 faster than Wheeze. Dog is right on the limits. I think he may have potentially run out of fuel. Come on.
He is 6 seconds down on his time, so I don't think he's on the lap. Who is on the lap though? It is going to be Levi Wills there.
Woolsey is on a hot lap. JQ is... Has he gone back to
Purple
back?
for sector 1 for Willsey.
JQ's backed off. Wheeze has backed off. So I think it is just going to be Willsey. So we'll sit with Willsey.
Lovely through that chicane. It's surprising just how much time you can win or lose through that chicane if you bump the sausage curb bits on that.
Yeah.
Full commitment through there.
Yes, indeed. 53.5 for a second sector.
Don't think he's purple. I don't think it was purple though. No purple 1, no purple 2. That's going to put him
As he comes
somewhere. Maybe just in front of Wheeze.
Run up to the line for Levi Willsey. What can he do? 14.9 from Levi Willsey.
Well, I said just in front of Wheeze. I didn't like. That's a small gap. Like. That is tight.
Chloe April. Chloe will know what that means, so that's fine. Harry in the chat. Track feels horrible. Harry is not enjoying the track tonight.
Hopefully, the temperature might change for the race. The surface temperature of the track, better, your mediums might just feel a little bit better, and you have a better run, better flow of it in the actual race.
Indeed, I think DJ Danny is on a hot lap now, so we'll sit with Danny.
It comes to something there, doesn't it, Karen? Track feels horrible. I'm in pole, by the way.
Track feels horrible, but yeah, currently.
Exactly, Buds. Exactly, Buds.
But DJ Danny was about a 10th and a half up in sector 1.
It's got to pull something out, drop off all those sandbags, or if all the speed that I've been hearing about him, if he wants to challenge these top 4 runners at the moment.
Well, 3.6 off at the moment.
It's a purple sector too.
So he's getting himself into those 15.1s, could potentially be pushing a 14.
It's a nice late apex.
Get
Good speed through that corner.
All lined up and connected well. 14.965. You said you wanted him to get up there to compete with the big boys. Is that getting up
what
there?
We want to see. When you've got 3 drivers in the 14.9s and the front to the 2 in front of them are both in the 14.8s, that's less than 2 tenths between the entire top 5, right? Or not far off.
I can tell you the exact gap. Exact gap for 0.145.
And I have a feeling Jacob has got a bit more in him.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So
So I think
at this
Shu-
rate, we could be looking at a gap of only about 7
no.
tenths between the top 10.
SFR Shu invalidates his lap time. I think he was up as well. So Spen's out now. Jacob's
Exactly.
on an out lap. Danny is
SFR
probably going to
Finns.
be on in lap. Yep.
SFR Finns in the chat. Top 5 separated by 0.145 between 5 drivers. I reckon at this rate, you're probably only going to be talking about 7 to 8 tenths between the entirety of the top 10.
Well, we shall see. That is Swayze's prediction. 8 tenths separating the entirety of the top 10 when all is said and done. So we shall see. Minute and a half left of qualifying here in Hungary.
Don't let me down, Shu.
Is that one of the Alpha Tauris ahead of Harry? It is.
Weeze is going to be the next to the line. Can he improve? He does improve.
Weeze does
Oh,
improve.
look at that! That's tightening up that gap. Jesus Christ.
Raza. I think he's going to.
Am I allowed to blaspheme?
No.
Does that count?
Nat Dog.
DJ Johnny is
slower.
round.
PSR Harry
4.
14-3.
Hang on a minute. Did he not say exactly that time?
He said a 14-3 or there's going to be a hole in his monitor. He's got
His monitor
14-3.
breathes a sigh of relief.
The monitor breathes. The monitor is safe. He's got the 14-3.
Exile Jacob to the line.
Has retired.
No improvement for Jacob though.
Improvement on
Well,
time.
not in position.
Not in position.
Yeah, not in position.
This is last chance saloon for these drivers. LSR
But yeah.
Wheeze is on an in-lap. So Wheeze is done. He is invalidated.
You know, like I was saying earlier about
JQ
7 tenths between the whole.
has invalidated. DJ Danny has invalidated. Raza is still valid. He Right, so...
You know, it's interesting that, because...
Vapid wanted it earlier, Sway, so I'm going to have to jump in quickly. Because Vapid asked for it earlier, and it's only fair that we go, oh no, Michelle! As we see what everyone's on. And what I saw was correct. We've got some people on hards.
It does look that way, as I'm still going through my telemetry settings at the moment. I was distracted laughing at the chat for a split second there.
Of course. Of course, you're always distracted. But ERN Gasly, Spenny F1, Evan Highlands, and Normal Jinx all starting on the hard tyre. DJ Danny, Raza 410, and SFR Shoe obviously forced to start on those softs. Everyone else on the mediums.
See, that's rather interesting to me, what's happening in the chat, because my other half has a keen interest in the sport and has asked me to teach her.
So I mean, this is all good for SFR. I'm just saying. This is all I'm hearing here is good things for SFR. So. The Alpha Taurine can go ahead of Alfa Romeo tonight if we beat them by 4 points. We can go ahead of McLaren if we beat them by 8. Says Alpha Taurine team principal.
Get a women's league up and then it can be called the Alpha Maureen.
Alpha Maureen, really? I'm not gonna say too much, but what you just said there, Mr. Swayze.
Hey. I know there's some fast drivers out there. If we, you know, I mean, I've raced against one who kicked my ass before.
I'm not gonna say too much. I'm just gonna say the conversations have been had.
I mean, I don't know if you've met many of the.
Did anybody say WSFR? Wait, what? Who said that?
I don't know if you've met many female drivers on the game, but. There is one that I know from TIR, and she is quick.
I know exactly who you're on about as well. Right, everyone is lined up. We're getting ready for 5 red lights and for the action to take place here in Hungary. Are you ready, Swayze?
I am ready. Look how small that soft stint is on the predicted stops.
It's lights out and away we go. Who's going to get the best start at the moment? Oof, I'll tell you now. LSR Wee's got some absolute flyer.
Fucking... There you go. There's a pound in the jar. I was about to say, Wilsey had an appalling start, but he is on those medium tyres. He has got who's at the side of him?
Jacob's gone. Jacob's gone, Sways.
What dead?
Virtual safety car.
VSC.
Lap number 1. We have had a casualty. XRL Jacob is out.
Heartbreak. We can see the emojis in the chat. It is heartbreak for SFR Hamilton. And of course, XRL Jacob for his championship points. And, you know, you need them, especially in this tier. Every point will count.
Indeed.
And keep to your deltas, guys, or we will be seeing some drive-throughs.
I'm gonna put the where is it? Position change. There we go. Because
Raza.
We're back on green flag conditions. Grosjean's up 5. Raza's up 4. DJ Danny's in second, up 3.
Those guys on the softs had an incredible start. I did say that one thing earlier on. They need to do that and not get stuck behind them if they want to make that work.
It's true. You did indeed, and that's exactly what Raza and DJ Danny have done. As we have gone through the first lap of racing here in Hungary. PSR Harry does still lead the way as it stands. 8/10 the gap between himself and DJ Danny on debut for the Red Bull team. Nat Dog for dub, says Naytona in the chat. Konzo has requested a moment's silence for the unfortunate race end to Mr. XRL Jacob.
Well, we know that's not going to happen with me around.
Exactly.
But we are back yet on the way. PSR Harry pulling out or starting to work on the gap. Just over half a second at the moment and increasing. DJ Danny on those softs needs to crack onto the back of that Williams.
Yep.
does not want to lose DRS. Especially here, because like I was saying earlier, although it's it's a very flowing track, it's quite open. It's not a track where you necessarily think, oh, this is like Monaco levels of downforce. And because it is Monaco levels of downforce, the DRS is going to be essential here.
It is indeed. The switching of fastest lap is already taking place. We're on lap 3. DRS has been enabled. ABE Thallow is trying to get a lineup on normal Jinx. This is softs versus hards. This should be a pretty simple pass for Thallow here. Can he make it stick? Yes, he does. ABE Thallow gets himself ahead of normal Jinx, and that is him up into P10. For anyone who is new and just joining to watch SFR for the first time, we do things a little bit differently here in Supreme Formula Racing. The top 15 score points. We follow the MotoGP style of point scoring, and I want to tell the wonderful people the beautiful thing we do with the fastest lap, boys.
It's open to everybody.
It is
just
indeed.
better.
Anybody can get the fastest lap. You could be 19th, a minute and a half behind anyone else. Put shirt softs on, stick the fastest lap on, you get yourself a point. Happy days. So the racing will be constant. Put it that way.
That is correct, Mr. Jinx there in the chat. It is a single DRS detection for a double DRS zone.
It is indeed that detection point, for those who don't know where it is.
Right where the pit entry is, somewhere there?
Is pretty much, yeah. Christo will have just passed it. It is level with pit entry.
But as that comment by Jinx points out, as I was saying earlier, DRS, that's another reason why it is essential to try and get it here, because if you can get the move done down the first straight, you've got that it's not much of a straight between 2 and 3, but it's enough that it might give you a chance to break the toe, or a little bit of the toe, to the car behind, once you've made the pass.
Indeed, we're going to jump on with Spenny, because Spenny seems to be getting pretty close to the back of normal Jinx.
No penalties as of yet. I'll tell you who else is getting close.
Yep.
Weed is closing in on DJ Danner.
Yes, he
DJ
is.
something he's dropped right back from PSR Harry.
There you can see Weezy
No DRS for
that
protection.
gearbox.
Do you think his softs are gone already? Nah, or overheated maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Constant Ryan there in chat. He's pointed that out. Harry is gone. 2.2 seconds the gap. Danny's going to come under pressure from Wheeze now. Danny pulls to the inside, tries to defend the inside line. Can Wheeze do it round the outside of the Red Bull driver? He's going to try.
They're still side by side. Oh, there was a
second bit. Here we go, side by side into. Still there. Raza going to try and get himself involved on this battle as well. So that's to keep an eye on Raza as well, because these two are still side by side, battling for the entirety of this first sector. Who's going to be braver? Into turn 5.
Through that is
Danny
insanely
gets
brave through there.
Danny just gets himself ahead of Wheeze round turn 5. And Danny is going to hold on to that position.
There was a moment during all of that where the front wheel of Weed went into almost the side pod, and right in that danger zone where you can hook the wheel of the other car, and it was so close. Right. Intense racing between the two.
Intense racing, but have you seen what it's done to Raza, Mr. Sozy?
Raza, Wilzer, JQ.
It's brought Raza
Spen
down to Spen into action. Ooh, that was a big snap from Wheeze. Does very well to hold that there. Around that.
Ooh, how's he done that?
Penultimate corner.
How he opened up another 2 seconds in that one lap?
Yeah.
2 seconds, now it's 4.
Because of the battling between Wheeze and Danny and the clean air that Harry's had, he's been able to pull away. Alfie, thank you for the follow with your other account, buddy.
It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday.
Evan's going to line up a move from Wendell.
Friday then. Saturday, Sunday, what?
And Imagine Wagons, thank you for the follow. Welcome to SFR, guys, where competition is key. Hopefully you enjoy your time here with us here in Supreme Formula Racing.
Oh, whoa!
Swayze's
Wow.
making noises.
If Spen didn't just soil himself, he's a better man than me because I about did watching it. On board, he had a big snap. He was right almost alongside JQ when it happened. Dropped a few places back, but he was looking to actually make ground or go for the overtake on JQ when it happened.
It's
Good catch though
Friday
from
then.
Span 04.
Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then. Saturday, Sunday, what?
Posty lad, thank you for the follow. Welcome to SFR. I genuinely cannot talk. The action has been so high octane.
There we go, look at JQ.
Saturday, Sunday, what?
I've forgotten how to speak, ladies and gentlemen.
Wilsey got a really nice exit. He opened up the gap there.
Weeze on Danny. Danny goes defensive on the inside line. Weeze runs wide. Does it open the door for Raza? Not just yet.
Of course, Weeze still has that DRS. They're going to go... Oh, he's looking for the switchback. Is he going to get it? Oh, that was a little bit of a twitch mid-corner, but he almost pulled that out. That would have been brilliant.
Here we go, they're going again. They're going again, Swayze. They're going to go side by side through 4 and 5.
Not quite. It looks like he's almost pushing
big
him out.
snap again from Weeze. He's doing so well to hold these snaps. That's a few he's had now in very, very quick succession. But all the while, these guys are battling. 5.
Oh, there's Alpine
seconds.
there.
The
Alpine there had to run. The Alpine, the JQ, had to cut the corner through the chicane. Dropped 2 places to Spen and Nat Dog.
Saturday, Sunday, what?
SSRL Gasly, thank you for the follow.
Raza, the first, was he the first or was it Lucky Do the first? Either way, we have 2 drivers now with time penalties.
Lukinu was the first, Raza is the second. So if you did have Lukinu in the sweepstake for first penalty of the evening, congratulations, you are a winner.
Are you ready for round 3 of DJ Danny versus Weeze round turns 2, 3 and 4? Because it's coming on.
Danny again, that's very well. Very, very
Good car
intelligent
placement
from Danny.
Yeah, very good car placement. But Weeze is going to go to the outside. He's going to look for that switchback again. No, he's not. He's going to stay on the outside. It's only a few more laps. Don't forget, right now, at the moment, Weeze is going to come on strong with his mediums, while Danny's only going to fade off on them softs.
Oh, indeed. Constant Rhyme in the chat. Brilliant driving from Danny. Got to say, them softs are gone.
It does look that way. I'm half tempted to agree. 7 seconds now, the gap to the lead. And so is Harry. PSR Harry is also gone.
Harry has done the same thing as DJ Danny's tyres. Gone. Imagine Wagons in the chat. These follows are from the Nat Dog pull. That's what we like to see.
There's another penalty for Lucky Do.
It's so close to that rear wing of
Yeah,
DJ
so is
Danny.
Will.
And Lyra's Woolsey just behind. Danny does peel into the pits. Danny obviously feeling that the tyres are gone now. Raza's doing the same thing. So those tyres are definitely gone. Someone who is making a move though is SC Christo in the Haas, the tier 2 driver.
Oh, JQ and Nat Dog. Remember, JQ lost 2 places when he went off track through the chicane. They're side by side now in the second DRS. If JQ can hold that line, it's going to give him the inside into the next corner. Oh, has he got the move? I think he's got it done.
He has got it done. He's got that move
Good.
done, Swayze.
Wise car placement there from JQ. Knew that he'd get the inside line into the next corner.
Is indeed looking to try and line up a move on Christo. Christo's recently just made a move on him. Raza and Danny onto the hard, Swayze.
Early for those guys looking to try and the one stop, I would suppose. We've already seen one VSC. I mean, I know these guys are extremely talented drivers. We don't tend to see many safety cars here in SFR Tier 1.
When Delicious now picks up a time penalty as well. Where is Nat Dog? I think seeing as the action is as high octane as it is,
I'll tell you who's made good ground at the moment.
Oh, where's Woolsey?
Spenny F1.
Willsey's
remember,
moving moving waste. Spenny, yeah, he's up to P9. Started P15, of course. Didn't set a lap time in Q2 due to crashing.
Yes, he's also on the
exit
hard
of
tyre,
this
don't
corner.
forget. He started on them.
He did. He started on the hard, so probably the hard soft going to be the way to go for Spenny this evening. So we'll keep an
I
eye
don't know,
on
I'd probably
that.
do the hard medium for me. As Fellow picks up.
Does now pick up a time penalty as well. But I think whilst we've got a slight, very, very slight lull in proceedings, I think now's as good a time as any to let everyone know, or maybe not, as when delicious, we've had a casualty. We've got
That is a safety car!
It's out of turn 4, Sways.
I tell you who
out of
benefits the
turn
most
4.
from that? SFR Shoe. The only driver on softs not to yet pit, so he's going to get a free pit stop.
He is indeed. Harry boxes.
As PSR Harry
boxed.
has pitted.
Oh,
No, it's a drive-through!
Spen picks up a drive-through. Harry in, Willsey in, Weaves in, Spen in, JQ in, Natdog in, Fallow in, Grosjean in, Spenny
Spenny might
out.
take the lead. He might take the
could
lead of the
actually
race.
Get the lead of the race here. Is he going to get?
It's
past
going to be
Harry?
close.
I think Harry's just going to get out ahead of him. Harry does just.
That is how much time Harry made up in that early section of the race. That is incredible. But crucially for Harry, he's now got 2 cars. Willsey, 2 cars between him and Willsey, and then 3 cars between him and the rest of the chasing pack on the same strategy.
Does indeed. Vapid saying everyone will go in. It probably will be everyone with the exception of the guys who started on the hard tyres. Everyone on those white-walled hard tyres now. My question to you, Swayze, can these hards go to the end for the guys who have just boxed?
I would suspect so.
Kirby in the chat, well then, this race just turned on its head, and from a selfish point of view from me, this safety car was perfect timing for me, because it now does finally give me a chance to tell you all that this race tonight starts off our weekend of racing. Because you think this is good. We do it all again tomorrow with Tier 2. 8 PM. SFR Sam will take you through the action right here on the SFR RL Twitch channel. Harry is not happy, of course, as a safety car when I'm 8 seconds in front. Indeed. Big lead he had, unfortunately. Gone now.
Spenny had to start right there.
And then, you thought 2 days worth of racing was good. Here in SFR, we do it 3 days in a row. Monday night, we're back here again. SFR Leclerc, SFR Carbon, take you through the action for Tier 3. And then when you thought your racing was done, no. Wednesday night, SFR Jinx and SFR Montoya take you through SF2R from here in Hungary. F2 racing here in SFR comes on Wednesday. And then if GT racing's your thing, if you like your British touring cars, you like your GT racing, Friday night ACC's back. We're at Alton Park for round 2. That's also live from 8 o'clock. The 60 minutes of Alton Park. I'll be on commentary for that one. Come and join us if you like GT racing. !Discord. Join the Discord. Get signed up. If you like the racing and you think I can do this, I want to join the F1 League. !Discord. Join the league. Get involved. Come and join SFR, where competition is key. Whew.
Mouthfuls. Speaking of those touring cars, I'm not sure how when you do like a little bit of a bit more contact in there legally, a bit of a push to pass.
Yeah, you can say that.
Well, we know that's what happens in BTC.
You've got quite a few of the guys from F1, to be fair, that go and jump into the GT racing as well. We've got, off the top of my head, we've got
safety car is in this lap, and before it does,
I'm going to let you do this restart because I need to take a drink after that plug.
Awesome. I will crack on with the restart, but before we get to that, I am going to say, F2 cars on this track, that's going to be one hell of a race. for sure. Can't wait to see that. PSR Harry, though, winding the grid back up, letting them safety car get into the pits. He can take it all the way to the line, but I think he's floored it early on the apex of the corner. Caught Spenny napping and almost gained a second already. A great restart from PSR Harry. Wilsey straight past Normal Jinx, up into third place. Aston Martin currently in second and third. Now, Weeze is going to have to try and find his way past Evan Islands and Normal Jinx while he's on them fresher tyres.
Sorry to jump in there, Swade. ERN Gasly and Nat Dog. Nat Dog, fortunately, making contact with the rear of ERN Gasly's car, and it sent him round. That is why Nat Dog shot all the way down to P18. That was less than ideal for the AlphaTauri driver.
I did not see that, but I did see the team orders at Aston Martin as Spenny lets Wilsey go. Interesting fact there, DJ Danny has gone from soft to mediums.
He has. He has indeed. So maybe the two-stop for Danny was the way that he wants to go. Soft, medium, soft maybe for DJ Danny. Decides he didn't want to go for the... In fact, no. When he boxed for hards.
Okay, then he must have pitted again.
Something
must have happened on the safety car.
He has. He's boxed
and
again.
Spen is in. Spen is in.
Going to see whether there was a wing change from DJ Danny. There was no wing change. It was a 2.5 second stop. Just medium, hards to mediums. Very.
Oh, here we go. Lucky Doe on SFR. Finn's going to go up the inside. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Ooh, a little bit of a snap on exit. It's going to let Finn's drive away. Still in DRS though for Lucky Doe. These three drivers, 10, 11 and 12, having a right little tussle going on, but DJ Danny is right there on the softer compound just behind them. He's not going to go up there, surely, not in this corner.
No, not in this corner, but that's why I made that noise, because Danny got very, very close to the back of Lukey Doo.
He's got his teammate of Gasly there, holding him up for him.
Christo's also getting involved in this battle as well now. He's keeping up with Danny. Again, Lukey Doo just does very well to defend from DJ Danny. Danny can't get his Red Bull past this McLaren. McLaren just knows where to put this car for now.
Speaking of McLarens, Weeze still trying to find a way past Normal Jinx. Normal Jinx and Spenny, both 13 laps on that set of hards. I would suspect they're probably going to at least lap. If they're going to go for the softs, probably, no, well, I wouldn't. If it was me, I'd go about lap 25 and put on a medium. But if you want to go for the softs, I suspect you go into at least 28, 29.
Evan and JQ having a battle. We're going to watch it from Fallow's on board. And I think that's going to be the best place to have a watch of this battle, especially if Fallow can then get himself involved in the battle, which it looks like he's going to try and do. He's gaining on Evan as Finns makes the move on Gasly for P10 as well. I'm going to stick with this Fallow though, because Fallow is right up to Evan now.
It's not over. It is not over. They're side by side.
Finns has lost 3 positions there.
Yeah, like I said, it's not over. They were side by side. Lucky Doe maybe looking at the 2 by side going into the chicane. Oh, that's going to be tight. I think Gasly had to go off there. And he's lost the plate. Lets his teammate through at the same time there. DJ Danner jumps in front of his teammate, trying to chase after Lucky Doe now.
Yes, indeed. As Shu picks up a penalty now as well. We've got 6 drivers with penalties so far. As PSR Harry puts in an 18.4, fastest lap of the race so far. Weeze, is he going to try and line up a move?
So close on
Jinx. Here comes Weeze up the inside of turn 1. Is he going to make the move stick against Normal Jinx? Is he going to get the better traction out? Normal Jinx gets fantastic traction out of turn 1.
Oh, well late on the brakes there for DJ Danny. Oh,
we don't count the kink. 3, they're still side by side. LSR Weeze loves going side by side with people through sector 1. He's going to do it again through turn 4 with Normal Jinx. He can't make
there's contact again. Oh, that's a massive crash. ERN Gasly and Lucky Doe.
What happens, Waze?
There was a little bit of wheel bashing through the exit of wherever they were, and then on the next corner there was more. I think it was on the exit of 4. Both drivers went around from it. I think it cost both of them because they were right up there in 11th, and now they're down in 15th and 16th respectively. Of course, it's going to cost Lucky Down more because he's on them new tyres.
He's got wing damage as well, so he's got end plate damage. That left side end plate on his front wing has gone off that McLaren. Aaron Gasly, I think his wing is still intact. It is. His wing's still fine. Weasel Normal Jinx is going to make the move this time, though. He has to go and try and do it around the outside, using the line that Normal Jinx had last time around. Uses the better traction that you get from that line, and he has made that move now.
Don't blink, or you'll miss JQ coming at it and all.
JQ is right there. We're going to go on board with JQ.
I think that was a let through. I think that was a let through.
He's letting both through. I think tyre wear is starting to become an issue for Normal Jinx.
Yep. It might be time. Like I say, if you want to put the softs on, I think it's a better strategy for them maybe to go to the medium.
Luke who comes into the pits now for a fresh set of medium tyres and a new front wing, as Nat Dog has set the fastest lap of the race so far. For those wondering what that fastest lap was, It was a 1:18.347.
PSR Harry's he's opening up the gap a little. I mean, he's up to 3 seconds, but he's having a harder time of opening up the gap over Wilsey than he did earlier on at the start of the race.
Yes, indeed. We're going to jump down to SFR Grosjean because he's looking to try and make a move on Normal Jinx here. He's going to have that DRS advantage. Here comes the overspeed with the fresher tyres for the Alpine team principal. Up the inside of Normal Jinx in the Mercedes. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. That's someone gone slowly. That's the McLaren. That's Lukido.
Not good for Lucky Deer after, of course, not long pitting as well for replace that damage.
He has no front wing.
Again.
He's only just come out of the pits after replacing that wing. He now has no wing at all. Raza and Christo side by side. Raza gets into the head of Christo. That is Raza up into P12 for the AlphaTauri team. Nat Dog gets himself past SFR Shu at the same time. Shu's going to try and come back at Nat Dog. But Nat Dog has that wider outside line that does sometimes give better traction, but Shu's sticking with him. Nat Dog remains ahead for now. P16 for Nat Dog at the moment, just outside the points paying positions. 18.2 seconds the gap between himself and Aaron Gasly, as Lukido has retired from the session in the pits. Christo's gone roundsways.
It does look that way somewhere in just before the end of Sector 2. We's got a great launch off the final corner there, opening the gap and stopping JQ. You've been able to use the DRS effectively.
Indeed, 4 tenths that gap between those two. Thallow just behind, 7 tenths the gap there, as Aaron Gasly now comes into the pits at the end of the 18th lap for him. 17 laps he's done on those, 18 laps he's done on those hard tyres. He's coming into the pits. I'm going to assume for a set of mediums, it is indeed a set of medium tyres going onto that Red Bull car.
Gap's opening up a little bit.
Hunting down Wheeze, Nat Dog and Shu both past Gasly now for position. That is Nat Dog now up into the points for the AlphaTauri team. So double points finish as it stands for the AlphaTauri team. I'm sure the team principal SFR Jinx will be very, very pleased with his team's performances so far this evening.
Definitely. DJ Johnny there had a little bit of a slide but did well with it. Struggling at the moment, down in 10th.
He is indeed, but he is on those softer tyres, so he has got a little bit of extra.
He's got to pit again.
Comes in. Well, it depends on what his tyre wear is like.
He ain't doing another 15 laps on top of the 6 that's already on there.
But I wouldn't have thought so, but as you know, Mr. Swayze,
what,
this is SFR.
23 laps?
This is
it
SFR.
Is. I know people.
Stranger things have
people
happened. And we're talking about a league where SFR Leclerc ran a set of hards for what seemed to be eternity, whilst having SFR Carbon and Constant Ryan chasing him down.
That is true, but one thing
Fins on
my
Raza.
experience has taught me is tyre weight is a lot better for wheel users than it is for pad users.
Raza's coming back at Fins now, though, on the run up to turn 4. Raza gets the better line. Gets himself back past that Williams driver. Ooh, Fins has a moment there. Does well to hold it. Raza gets himself back up into P10, and the hunt is now on for Raza. I'm trying to see if he can close the gap to DJ Danny. Still
Gaps have opened up really fast after
they
this
have.
safety car.
Spenny comes into the pits now. Does Normal Jinx do the same thing?
19.
No.
It's got to be mediums, right? It's got to be mediums for Spenner.
Normal Jinx decides to stay out. I'm going to assume it's going to be medium. It is mediums on that Aston Martin car. Spen is now catching up to Fins as well. Are they going to both get out ahead of Spenny? Or is Spenny going to get out ahead? No, Spenny is ahead of all 3 of them. The 3 being Raza, and Spen.
Yep. He is in within DRS, but of course he wasn't at the activation zone.
He was not. I think Jinx was very happy with that Raza move to get himself back past Fins.
I think it seems to be staying the same at the moment, the gap between JQ and Wheeze, and then back from JQ to Fallow. Around about, oh no, the Fallow's just lost 6 tenths somewhere.
He has indeed. Pierce O'Harry does lead the way though. Let's go back to the battle at the front. 4 seconds lead for Harry at the moment. He's led from the start of this race. Had an 8-second lead before the unfortunate DNF of Wendelicious brought out the safety car. But Mylander got his paycheck, got his money's worth for today. Got to drive that lovely little safety car around this track for a few laps, which obviously bunched everyone back up. Since that safety car restart, Harry has been able to put a 4-second lead back again on Levi Woolsey, team principal of the Aston Martin team, as Fins comes into the pits now from P12. He's going to get jumped by...
Interestingly, I was watching JQ just then in this battle with Wheeze as he came round onto the main straight. When Wheeze took the inside defensive line,
going to quickly jump in.
JQ...
We've got a slow-moving Ferrari, and that's Spen. I think he may have had a little moment then coming out of turn 1, because he's just lost position to Evan Highlands. So Spen down in P12 now. So we'll see. Have to keep an eye on that Ferrari and see what happens. Back to you, Slice.
Yeah, well, in that time, Fallow's dropped another half a second to JQ. But as I said, JQ, I don't know if it's because he knew there wasn't he wasn't close enough to start with, but on the last lap, we took the inside defensive line. JQ stayed on the outside. He did not tuck in for the slipstream.
Is he going to do it again? No, this time.
He's following him this lap.
Following this time.
I think he's trying to get that gap back down. It always seems to come down into the braking, but Wheeze, the one thing I've noticed after watching a couple of laps on board with JQ, is Wheeze has very, very good exit speed from the corners.
Does indeed. And Danny has made the move on Normal Jinx. DJ Danny now up into P7 for the Red Bull team. Yeah, that's normal for you, Dom. As Spen does now come into the pits. So I'm wondering whether there was a connection between that spin and him coming into the pits. Well, I'm assuming it was a spin anyway. There was a yellow flag up around the exit of turn 1. And it is a new front wing, so there was actually wing damage. It wasn't shown, it wasn't there cosmetically, but there was apparently wing damage on that Ferrari. And soft tyres, twice.
Yep, that makes me think that at this point there's 10 laps remaining. Of course, is it Normal Jinx, who is yet to pit 22 laps, should be looking for the hard to soft strategy at that point, I would have thought.
It's coming around the penultimate corner now. Staying out for now though, Slice. He's not coming in just yet. And maybe it feels like
5
go a little bit
seconds now,
longer
the gap at the front.
on those hard tyres. Yeah, 5 seconds the gap at the front. JQ has lost a little bit of time to Wheeze, I think. He was a little bit closer than the sort of 7-8 tenths mark that he's currently at. But, as it
Spenny,
stands, it is
the
appears to
furthest
have it
driver,
all.
Spenny F1, the furthest driver up the grid at the moment on the freshest of the medium tyres. It's going to be interesting to watch his progress to see how many places he can actually claw back in the remaining 10-11 laps.
It is a very, very good point that you make, and I've just looked at the position change as well, just to see who the big winners are so far. SFR Grosjean up 8, Salo up 7, Spenny up 6, Christo is also up 7. Biggest loser, unfortunately, is RW SRL Spen, who has dropped 10 places, but your top 4 have remained exactly the same.
Yeah, interesting because Willsey having to work his way back up to second after having such a poor start off of the line.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Maybe we do get Willsey in the podium interviews at the end of this race. Maybe that's a question you can ask Mr. Soyes. Whether he just didn't judge the lights or traction wasn't there for him, but the gap now between JQ and LSR Wheeze is back to within touching distance. The Alpine driver again. You know what? I know I just mentioned Grosjean and how he's been the biggest winner. This is a massive, massive week for Alpine. This is a big point haul they're currently on for. A P4, P6. Plus,
definitely
with
looking
Fowler's
good.
penalties.
Yeah, it could be looking at a P5, Grosjean.
Depending on the gap, I've just had a quick look at the gap at the moment. It's an interesting one, I'll put it that way.
Since Spenny F4 down in 17th. A long way back. Yeah, realising that he's a long way back. Out of the points, getting that point in for the fastest lap. Currently, should I say.
Indeed. Danny looking to hunt down SFR Grosjean now. On faster tyres. Or on the faster compound of tyre, I should say. Doesn't necessarily mean
like
they're
that.
faster tyres.
Spenny on Jinx.
There it is.
Easy move, I think. Brought that 4-second gap up pretty quick on those tyres.
Ooh, Normal Jinx tried to potentially make the move back on Spenny there. DJ Danny right on Grosjean now.
DJ Danny's tyre. Oh,
Turn 3
that was
up towards T4 now. Is he going to get it before the braking zone? Yes,
twitching.
he does. He gets
That's
the move
incredible
done
late braking from
before
DJ
the
Danny.
braking zone. What a move by Danny. As Jinx now picks up a 3-second time penalty as well.
But DJ Danny, 13 laps on those mediums.
He's going to have to box. He's going to have to box, and it's probably going to be softs.
Yeah, I don't think they're capable of 23 laps. Surely not.
You never know. You never know. As I say, SFR, stranger things have happened here in SFR. But we will see. I'm thinking it's got to surely now be the time for Normal Jinx to come in.
Oh, easily I would have thought at this point.
He's staying out. He's still stayed out. So maybe he knows. He obviously knows something we don't. Maybe the tyres.
5, 6, 7. What? 8 laps at the moment left remaining. I'm sure you'd get that out of a brand new set of stuff, wouldn't you?
At the moment, because obviously you include this lap. This is the 27th lap, so 9 laps.
Yeah,
left.
but it's going to be 8 for the softs, isn't it? Because obviously he's not going to be on the softs right now. So I'm sure they'd do that.
Well, yeah. If he was to box now, it would be 8 laps on a set of soft tyres. It's going to be a matter of time, I think, before we see this Mercedes coming.
Speaking of a matter of time, the time between Spenny and Grosjean is coming down at a rapid rate of knots. He's pulled 1.3 seconds over Normal Jinx now.
It is indeed. Apologies for that horrible little audio glitchy noise there. Hopefully that's sorted itself out now. Hopefully we won't have that for too much longer, or again even. Lap 28 of 35. Just about to, in fact we've just started lap 28 of 35 here in SFR Tier 1. Round 3 of 23 races this season. Live every Saturday night here on the SFR RL channel. And there it is. Normal Jinx does indeed come in. And it's soft tyre, Swayze. Where
It
is
is.
Raza? Raza will jump him. Does Evan Highlands. Evan Highlands does jump him. Does Nat Dog get ahead of Normal Jinx as well?
I think DJ Danny's tyres are on the way out.
Nat Dog does not get out ahead of Normal Jinx. Normal Jinx comes back in P11.
Grosjean is closing back in on DJ Danny.
Have gone for DJ Danny.
He's up there at 15 laps old, but he's looking great. Oh, he's on the harder tyre, a lap older, and that gap, he's brought it back down. But here we go though, because Spenny now has caught those two up on a fresh set of mediums. The Aston Martin looking to try and make 2 places here. And then close that gap down to Fallow, who was on a penalty. Maybe 5th place might not be out of the question for that Aston Martin if he can get past these 2 drivers pretty quickly.
Well, we shall see. He's going to have a chance to take Grosjean now. Of course, SFR Grosjean does still have that DRS from DJ Danny.
Oh, they're going to go. I thought they were going to go free.
Ooh, Danny is very good at holding that inside line and defending that inside line. He knows exactly where to put his car. Grosjean's going to try and go around the outside. Decides against it in the end. You can see how close these guys are to each other. And Grosjean knows one tiny mistake and Spenny's
going to go to the outside. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not. He backed out.
He really did think about it there, though. Evan on Raza. Raza's going to try and come back at Evan now. The battle is on between these two as well, the Alfa Romeo and the Alfa Tauri. These two teams, I should say, Swayze, in the combined constructors standings, are separated by, I believe, it's about 3.5 points. It is 3.5 points separate the Alfa Romeo and the Alfa Tauri team.
Oh, massive twitch for Grosjean, and he gets a penalty on exit as well. That's going to give Spenny the inside line.
I think something's happened to SFR Shoe as well. Shoe's dropped a few positions. He's back down to P17 now. 6 seconds the gap between Harry and Wilsey. Lap 30.
I think he's going to the end.
6 to go.
I think DJ Danny's going to try and take that to the end, otherwise he would have boxed by now, surely.
Here comes Spenny, the yellow flag in sector 2. That is going to be for SFR Shoe. Who has no
twitch
right
for Spenny.
Where is Spenny? There is. Trying to see if he can hunt down DJ Danny.
This fighting is helping Fallow.
Another yellow flag. That is again SFR Shoe. Going slowly. I think SFR Shoe is struggling with traction.
Tell you what, since that safety car restart, a battle that's been going on constant there and is LSR Wheeze versus JQ, and everything that JQ has done, Wheeze has had an answer for at the moment.
He has indeed. And JQ's really, as you say, spent a long time battling this McLaren driver. He just can't find a way past. We've had DRS much all the time. There is Shoe retiring from the session, unfortunately. Bit of a shame for the Alfa Romeo driver there of SFR Shoe.
There we go, DRS for Spenny on Danny. Danny's going to take that inside, but I think he's not going to.
Line that he normally gets. He's going to try and see. He's going to brake and drift through into the apex, and they're side by side on the battle down towards the next braking zone of what we call turn 2.
Spenny with the new tyres is going to get better grip.
Danny's still there though. He's still there, Sway.
Oh, not around here. Not around here.
He gets the better traction. From Spenny into turn 4, round turn 5 they come now. Danny's still ahead of Spenny.
Spenny has got to be asking himself, what do I have to do to get that completed?
I think.
In the
to be fair,
meantime, Fallow picked up another penalty though.
he did indeed, and I'm going to say it so. It's similar to what you were asking, what you think Spenny's asking. I think JQ may be asking the same question. Finns is side by side with Spen. Is he going to try and do it around the outside? He's not going to try and do it around the outside of turn 2. He's going to try and get the inside line of turn 3. Spen just gets his car ahead of that Williams for now, though. The Finns are going to try and come back on Spen. Finns on 8-lap old mediums compared to Spen, who's on 7-lap old soft tyres.
And we are ready for round 2 of Spenny versus Danny.
Get back up to this battle.
It's going to go for the switchback. Oh, that's a lovely move!
That's a fantastic bit of driving there from Spenny. Is he going to make it stick, though?
Yeah, if he holds the outside... Oh, I don't know. No,
Danny's got him
managed
again.
to come back.
Danny's got him again. Just shows
He's got the
how
faster exit, though.
strong of a defensive driver DJ Danny is. Round turn 5 they go now. Spenny still can't make that move on Danny.
It's going to be from there pretty much another lap, or to at least to the start-finish straight before you get it. Whoa! Spenny had a bit of a moment there. I was on board with Grosjean. You saw the back end of that Aston Martin step out.
That gap's now 6/10. It's coming down now. Raza makes the move on Normal Jinx. We've got a yellow flag. Normal Jinx has gone round. Normal Jinx going slowly around turn 5. Finns is still there with Spen. He's trying to get that move done. Lap 33 of 35.
I mean, how is Danny keeping the speed that he's got over Spenny? 9 laps more on them medium tyres for Danny than what Spenny has.
We go round number 3. Can Spenny make the move this time? Danny again goes to the inside line. He knows
Looking
what's
for that
going to happen.
switchback
He goes
again.
for the switchback. That is a fantastic bit of traction there from Spenny.
Gets the DRS
This time
open.
he has
What
got
a
the
decent
move
enough
done.
gap, yeah. I feel that's more due to the fact that I feel Danny's tyres are well and truly on their limits now.
Normal Jinx coming into the pits. Is that a new set of tyres? A new set of soft tyres on the car for Normal Jinx. So I'm thinking that may have been a spin at turn 5. Blew up his tyres a bit in terms of tyre wear.
I don't,
So
at this
he's
point,
off.
if you're Christo with a penalty, do you go for a fastest lap? I mean, you've got nothing to lose, you're not in the points.
You can try. Fastest lap at the moment is a 1:16.997.
That's the question, is it?
Christo's best lap to date was a 1:20.5.
Ah.
So Christo would have to make another, what, 3.5 seconds or so?
What did he do in qualifying though? Because he's almost in that mode now, he's got hardly any fuel left. Fresh set of softs and he might have a chance.
He was knocked out in Q1, so... And we were hitting, what, 14s in Q1. I mean, it could potentially be doable. Could potentially be doable for SC Christo, depending on whether he does want to come in or not. We're on the penultimate lap of the race, guys. There's been so much action
I know.
that this race has gone so quickly.
Exactly, which leads me to ask you. So Karen, driver of the day.
Spenny.
Yeah.
Started P15,
15.
currently P6. Biggest winner in terms of position change. And he's finally been able to get himself past DJ Danny. And he's going to try and see if he can gain on Fallow. I mean, depending on that gap, the gap at the moment, what, 5.6 seconds between Spenny and Fallow. We've seen Fallow get at least 2 penalties. I don't think he's picked up a third
3.
yet.
Definitely 3.
You think it's 3?
I think it's
If
3.
it's 3, then Spenny jumps him. Even if it's 2, to be fair, Spenny will still jump him. We're on the final lap of this race.
Nope. What's wrong?
Points haul for the Aston Martin team, a 2.6 at the moment. A 4.8 for the Alpine team. Very, very good points there for both of those teams.
It is now or never for JQ, and I don't think he's close enough. I think
he's
Weeze has had his measure all race long.
Where is Harry? Harry is in Sector 3 now. We've not given him much screen time because he's pretty much been in a world of his own. Pulled out an 8-second lead on the first run. Had the safety car that stopped him, but he's been able to pull out a 6-second gap since as PSR Harry wins the Hungarian Grand Prix here in SFR. Levi Wilsey crosses the line for the Aston Martin team in second place, and Weeze does indeed get that third place. JQ in fourth for Alpine. Here comes Thallo rounding the final corner now. He crosses the line in fifth. Does he keep the position? No, Spenny jumps him by 3.5 tenths. DJ Danny in 7th, Grosjean in 8th. Evan Highlands now coming round the final corner for the Alfa Romeo team. The one finisher for them, he's going to finish P9. Raza is going to cross the line in P10, but he gets jumped by his teammate who also jumps Evan. Nat Dog P9, Evan P10, Raza in 11th. Christo has crossed the line in 16th. Just waiting for Jinx, Spen, Finns and Gasly to now cross the line. And that will round off our evening of racing as Normal Jinx gets the fastest lap and gets jumped by Spen as they all cross the line. So Spen 12th, Jinx 13th, Finns in 14th, Gasly in 15th, and SC Christo rounds out your finishers in P16. Spenny F1 gets driver of the day from the game, and you know what, Swace? I tend to agree.
I could. It's not very often that you have to agree with Codemasters, but I think this is one of those occasions where they actually got it right, regardless of how many places gained. He's had such a great drive today.
He has indeed. So Spenny F1 gets driver of the day from Swayze and I. Michael, I know you're in chat, so you heard that. Spenny will get DOTE from us. But here are your provisional results. Always say that, provisional results before any ticket decisions are made. PSR Harry, led from start to finish, wins the race for the Williams team. Levi Wilsey, Aston Martin team principal, in second. LSR Weeze finishes in third for the McLaren team. JQ in fourth. The top four staying how they were. Spenny in fifth. Thallo sixth. DJ Danny in seventh. SFR Grosjean in eighth. Nat Dog 2005 in ninth. Evan Highlands in 10th. Raza 410 11th. Spen 04 in 12th. Normal Jinx in 13th position. Finns 14th. Aaron Gasly rounds out your points, finishes in 15th. SC Christo for the Haas team rounds out your finishers there. SFR Shoe in 17th, unfortunately, did not finish. Neither did Lukidu, Wendelicious, or XRL Jacob. Lap 1, turn 1, catastrophe for Jacob, unfortunately. Caused the end to his race. I think Swayze is in normal Swayze fashion going to try and get our podium places.
I have just sent all of the invites. I'm going to quickly let you ramble for a split second while they are getting themselves into the party and take a quick toilet break.
Not a problem, my friend. I mean, I like rambling anyway. Everyone knows that. I like the ramble. I think maybe Weeze's first podium finish of the season. And Levi Wilsey, he's been away for a while, guys, but he's not missed a beat. He genuinely hasn't missed a beat. Hasn't put a foot wrong. He's got himself onto the podium in his first race back in SFR. So we have been joined by one of our podium places. We have an LSR Weeze. I think we are trying to see if we can get Harry as well. See if I can get Levi.
I have just received a message from Wilsey. Give me 1 second.
Okay, so there's no...
Can't join me at the moment. It's we will be missing the Aston Martin team principal, Wilsey, our second place finisher. But on that note, I will just give him a quick shout. we really do appreciate him popping in while one of his drivers was missing. I mentioned before the start of the race the dedication of the team principals, and he being Wilsey being one of them, and finishing second for his team. An overall great drive for him. So it will just be our third place of Wheeze and Harry if we can get them both in. I don't know if Harry has to shoot off or not.
Michael, if you're still in chat, can you see if Harry's around and whether he wants to jump in the party with us and have a quick chat?
In the meantime, we do have Wheeze with us here in the commentary box on the podium. A P3 today. LSR Wheeze, congratulations on your third place finish today. A race-long battle it seemed for you with JQ. You just seemed to have his number today, unable to get past you. You kept the gap roughly between half a second to about 7/10 majority of that race. Could you have done anything else? Talk us through the race from your perspective when you can. Please don't forget to include your audio.
Yeah, guys. It was a fun one, yeah. I think if the roles were reversed, I wouldn't be able to get past JQ as well, yeah, because yeah, the dirty is not so nice to be behind. A few side-by-side battles was pretty fun, but overall, yeah, it was a fun one.
Definitely, it looked like it was going to be an intense race all the way through qualifying, and then of course the race didn't disappoint. Obviously, apart from your battle with JQ, you know, a great race for you, but you just didn't have the pace to do anything else about the top two today. I mean, PSR Harry just seemed to be in his own world today in a different class.
Yeah, no, he's on another level.
For sure. But good points for McLaren. I'm sure SFR Piastri will be jumping at that when he sees the replay later on. That is for sure. But congratulations, mate, on your third place finish today. Like I said, you know, a wonderful drive all the way through. Great battling with you and JQ. As we've covered that, I will talk to you about obviously the top four drivers. You know, you've got yourself, you've got, you know, JQ, Harry, Levi when he was here today, DJ Janny apparently, you know, might make an appearance up into that quite soon from what I'm hearing. I mean, some strong drivers. How do you even plan about tackling the championship, let alone trying to win it with in a caliber of field like this?
I'm not sure actually. I think you gotta look at yourself first and see where you can better yourself over a race and over what track you're most weak at or something like that, and just keep working at it, and maybe you'll catch up to them, maybe you won't. You never know.
Indeed. I'm just checking the calendar unless Kieran can quickly tell me where we are next
week. We have 100% race of Jeddah.
Fun. Well, on that note, while we have you here, Weez, how do you feel about Jeddah? Is it a track that you like? Do you think you'll be able to repeat this performance from this week?
Hopefully, yeah. It is a nice track. I do like it, but yeah, same as you. If you're stuck behind someone, I think there's only like one spot on that track you can overtake, and then stuck behind them for the rest of the lap.
Oh, well, that is that from Weez there for sure. But congratulations again on your third place finish. I wish you the best of luck for the entirety of the season. I'm sure with racing like today, you will put on nothing but a show after a show forward for the rest of the year.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, guys. I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Right, thank you very much.
Have a good night, guys.
And you, man.
Kieran, I don't know whether we're getting Harry or not.
We aren't, unfortunately. I did quickly jump into the Williams team chat and just say ask if Harry was around. Unfortunately, Harry has had to rush off and sort something out. So,
Well,
no Harry this evening, unfortunately.
In that case, I will let you wrap up the stream.
Thank you very much, sir. But I think before we do that, I think Swayze will probably echo what I'm about to say here. Massive congratulations to the podium that we did have. PSR Harry, obviously, had to take the week off last week due to PSR commitments. Comes back, doesn't look like he's missed a beat, puts himself on the top step of the podium. Same with Levi Wilsey. Mr. Wilsey, again, been away for a few weeks. In fact, didn't race the back end of last season in Season 5. So, first time we've seen him here in Season 6. He doesn't look like he's missed a beat either. Still as fast as ever. LSR Weeds, obviously, on the podium for, I believe, the first time this season. So, a massive congratulations to all three of them. Hopefully, you guys in the Twitch chat all enjoyed that race just as much as Swayze and I did up in the comms box. That is, as Swayze said, going to wrap things up here for us this evening in SFR Tier 1. But never fear, because we're back again, same time tomorrow night, 8 PM UK time. SFR Sam takes you through the action for Tier 2. SFR Montoya, back-to-back race winner so far this season. Can anyone catch him? You have to tune in tomorrow to find out. And then Monday night, we do it all over again with the guys from Tier 3. That will again be live from 8 PM right here on the SFR_RL channel. Wednesday night, SFR Jinx and SFR Montoya will take you through the action in SF2R. Live here from the Hungary ring once again. Then that will round off round 3 of F1. We then move into round 2 of ACC on Friday, live from Alton Park for the 60 minutes of Alton Park GT3 race. I will be on comms for that one. Hopefully you guys can join us there. And then we're back in an F1 week again. Next Saturday night. Unfortunately, work commitments are taking me out and personal commitments are taking Swayze out. So we're not going to be around next week, unfortunately. But I do believe we are pulling in SFR Jinx from F2. And we're pulling up Mr. Leclerc from Tier 3. And that's going to be your comms team next Saturday night. It will be SFR Leclerc and SFR Jinx taking you through the action for Tier 1. For, as I did mention earlier, 100% race distance of Jeddah. We did a 50 last season. We felt it went too quickly. So we've gone full race length next week. So get hyped for that one. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, from myself, SFR Russell and SFR Swayze, thank you so much for watching Supreme Formula Racing SFR, where competition is key. Good night.
We got the symptoms of a cold war. All of our troubles are make-believe. We're dying on our own soil. Calling your friends onto the teeth. There's nothing